Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just going to be a quick article, alright, adding on the economic news. Alright, it says major Chinese banks ditching US dollar to prop up domestic currency. Alright, and this is a big move, okay, to the detriment of the US because these are major Chinese banks that are ditching the U.S. dollar, and not only are they ditching it, but it's to increase, all right, the essence of the yuan. All right, so it says China's state-owned banks have reportedly been buying U.S. dollars in forwards on behalf of the central bank, and immediately selling them on the spot market for yuan to support the domestic currency. All right, so they're using this tactic to promote the yuan, all right, but to demote, all right, the dollar. Okay, now all these different things that these nations are doing, okay, in terms of ditching the U.S. dollar is all adding up. Keep in mind, all those countries that have stopped using the dollar, that are ditching the dollar, that doesn't just go away. It doesn't get erased. It's happening. It's adding on, and it's adding on, and it's adding on. Just because the U.S. media isn't saying anything about it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Okay, it's just building up, and when the bubble pops, that's when you start hearing stuff about it. But it's gonna be too late. The damage is gonna be already done, which is not gonna be reversible. All right, it says PBOC deputy governor and head of the foreign exchange regulator Pan Gongsheng said China was confident it could keep the yuan basically stable and at a reasonable level. A government central bank buys domestic currency when it wants to strengthen it. By protecting the buying power of domestic currency, the country protects its citizens from inflation risks and rising consumer prices. The government can also weaken domestic currency by selling it on the foreign exchange market. While hurting the domestic consumer, this step helps major export economies such as China. It makes export goods cheaper to produce at home and therefore more competitive on the global market. It says it feels like the state-owned banks are stocking up on bullets to prevent the yuan from falling too much. All right, an unnamed trader at a Chinese bank in Shanghai told Reuters, yeah, because with this whole trade war that's going on, these Chinese, right, these Moabites, they're smart, man. They're trying to have their own backs, all right, preparing for the West, for the worst, okay, trying to minimize the damage as much as possible. But the U.S., man, oh, this place is finished. It says in early trade on Tuesday, yuan weakened to a low of 6.7204 against the dollar, the lowest since August 7th, 2017. The Chinese currency's downturn comes ahead of July 6th, when U.S. tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods are to kick in. Beijing has promised to retaliate with tariffs on U.S. products. Now, July 6th is just a couple of days from now. Okay, so it says China has been gradually cutting its share of the greenback and promoting its own currency. Beijing has recently started trading oil in yuan, which is seen as an initial step to challenging the dominance of the U.S. dollar. China and Russia are planning to launch settlements in ruble and yuan, bypassing the dollar and other Western currencies. And not only China, but all these other countries, that's exactly what they're going to start doing, either dealing in a different currency or dealing with the yuan. All right, but dollar, man, the dollar's out of it. So hey, we'll wait. Come July 6th, we'll see. We'll see what the Lord has in store. All right, for this place, man. But one way or the other, this economy is done. All right, it's gonna collapse. It just has to. Okay, so Lord willing, this is edifying and informative unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and Shalom.